The 913th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up. Promo code MMA SGPN.
Heidi Ho DeGenerinos, welcome to episode 913 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to someone in our YouTube channel, Breaker Wanna Be, who says, thanks, Gumby, for fattening my Bet Online account. It's a female's pitcher, but it's a he, I'm sure. He put a half a unit bet on Alexis Zarmentitis, who we talked about yesterday, and you got plus 750 on him. So good for you, Breaker Wannabe. Good for my co-host, Daniel Gumby Vreeland. Not good for me because I didn't play it. I'm Mr. Worldwide, Jeff Fox. And that's just a taste of what you could be getting this episode, because we have another regional MMA episode going down today, and that's where Gumby makes bank. How much bank have you made this year, Mr. Gumby?
I think we're up. I got to double check, but I think we're 34 or 35 units up. And that is, before everybody's like, oh, 35 units, not that much. Remember, we had that one guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one guy's like, oh, I'm plus 100 and something. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that is exactly 1 unit on every play, regardless of the line. So, we're not juicing it up to 3 or 4 units on any event, or we're not trying to get unit. It's just if we had bet 1 unit on every fight we talked about on this show, you'd still be up 35 units. And that's without getting queued on. We could have put 10 on Zarmentitis for that matter. Yeah, exactly. We'd be up 70 on that one fight.
Yeah. And Gumby bets 10 grand on every fight. So he is
we don't, first of all, we don't talk about units here. We don't unit shame. We got guys in the Discord who bet $2 and guys who
there's some big bets in there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever book you're with would limit you pretty quick if you were winning this much on regional at 10,000 a pop. But anyhow, Gumby is good at this stuff, and one thing I'm good at is pronouncing Polish names, so that's good.
I can't.
It's gonna be a great episode.
There's a Canadian dude in here.
There is, and his name's maybe the hardest.
It's not if you've watched Top Turtle MMA, as he's been on before.
Oh well, I listened to it, but it's not like I remember these things. Now, I could have cheated, and I could ask AI how to say these names, but where would the fun be in that, right? I'm going to try to say these names on the fly. I'm not going to. I didn't practice in advance.
That's what our boss Ryan Green does every time I do a UFC event.
Ryan Kramer or Sean Green.
Sean Green.
He puts our two bosses together always.
They're one person. They're all my NFC East foes. So
it's true.
Shout out to Kramer in dealing with the Cowboys win this week. So
yes.
I know he's going to be taking that hard. But no, Sean, every time he prefaces it, he does no work on pronunciation. He just flies with the UFC names, and it's always a good time.
Yeah, it's fun. People enjoy it. So they asked me if it's an act. So the act part is me not looking it up, but it's not an act.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah, exactly. I could do more work in it, but where's the fun in that? All right, there's going to be a lot of fun here, and if you're not here for the fun and you want to be serious and you want to win money, you want to win 35 units, then fine. We'll do that as well. I have to remind you, check out the SGPN app in any app store, your app store. How about that way you get easy access to all of our free picks and our props and all the articles like longest field goal or no run first inning, all the crazy degen articles that Gumby does over at SGPN. So SGPN app in your app store. All right, KSW 111. So we got a Polish promotion running in Poland with a lot of Polish fighters, even a Canadian fighter of Polish descent. So it's going to be, like I said, fun for me. Thoughts on the fight card? No belt or anything on the line. Not a heck of a lot of familiar names to me, but I'm not a degen like you when it comes to regional. So
I kind of like this. It's got a couple of guys who I enjoy watching fight. Mm-hmm. It's got a weird UFC veteran on there. Mm-hmm. I would say it's not KSW's usual standard in terms of its tippity top, but it's fun. And, what more do you want out of a regional promotion than some kind of fun action?
Exactly. Just like Octagon, basically the KSW is like the Polish Octagon, or Octagon's the where are they from again?
I think technically out of Czech Republic.
Yeah,
it's actually, the owner of Octagon is the host of the Czech version of Survivor.
Oh, no way. Really? Wow.
Yeah, I just found it out recently.
That's funny.
Czech version or German? It's like one of those like European versions or the Slovak version, but he's like he's the host of Survivor.
Fine. Yeah, I consider them like sister promotions because they're kind of similar. And they put like
the pageantry is the same.
Right, the pageantry, exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the big spectacle feel for it. I think in Canada you can watch it on the Fight Network. I think this is there's one promotion
really.
I think it's KSW. I think that's KSW and Rising. Yeah, I'll have to check to make sure again. The rest of you people have to buy the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah,
through their site.
Again, it's similar to Octagon, not that bad.
Yeah, it's cheap. You're gonna make money off it.
€15 or something like that, which comes out to like $20.
Yeah, exactly. So KSW 110, we're talking about Grzebyk versus Tulshaev. That's a pretty good start, right? For me, only one point.
I think you did well.
Grzebyk, September the 20th, so Saturday, 1 p.m. start time. No UFC to get in the way, so you're set. I don't even know how to say the city. It's going down in Rzeszów, Poland. RZESZOW. Does that sound right? Rzeszów.
Sure.
I don't know how to say it. I could look it up, but I have to read more here. 1 p.m. start time. Rzeszów, Poland. Hala Pod Promi is the venue it's at. 10 fights. We are going to go in depth on 5 of them, and then Gumby will have the other half of the card that he can pick and choose fancy plays. And don't you check out before we get to our lightning round at the end. That's where Gumby's plus
the good stuff comes.
Then you had a plus. The guy that reached out to me on Instagram he was a plus money lightning round.
Plus 150 for Lukasz Elias.
Yes, shout out to you. All right, we're going to start off with the former UFC fighter Rogério Bontorin. He is from Brazil. Vitaliy Yakimenko. He is from the Ukraine. That's why I didn't butcher either name. 3 5-minute rounds, 135. We do have odds, except for this fight. For some reason, did you see odds for this one or not?
I haven't seen odds for any of these.
Yeah, so I was hoping you'd say that. We're all right.
We're gonna fly by the seam of our pants here.
Yeah, no odds for this. Is this a last minute fight that you know for?
It did seem like Bontorin signed on late, so I don't know necessarily that it's a last minute fight, right. But yeah. Anyway,
I was just wondering if that's why the odds were not. But anyhow, Yakimenko will tell you about first. He's 9-2, 3 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out once. This is his debut in KSW. He's won 7 of 8. He did lose his last bout. He's fight down at 125. He's 4 years younger than Bontorin. Bontorin, 17-5 with 2 no contests, 3 knockouts, 11 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, submitted once. This is his debut as well in KSW. He's got 1-2 over his last 3, 1-4 with 1 no contest over his last 6. He did win his last bout though. Hooray. That was back in October 2023. Not hooray. He's not lost since December 2022. He's went 2-3 with 1 no contest in the UFC, 1-0 on the Contender Series. He's missed weight before at 135, so keep an eye on that. Fighters that, at least in the UFC, I haven't tracked it outside, but fighters that miss weight tend to lose their fight as well, except for Kelvin Gastelum. He did fail a drug test as well, Bontorin. That was back in the UFC, I believe. He used to fight at 125 and 145, 2013 pro MMA debut. He's 1-1 as a pro grappler and no odds.
So I just quickly have to say Gastelum should have lost that fight. He was really close to losing it anyway.
He sure was. I was kind of, even though I picked him, I was cheering against him. So
yeah. Do you think they got to fire him, right?
They do.
If they fired Brian Battle, he's worse than Brian Battle and barely edged out a decision over.
And Battle's got a future.
And didn't just edge out a decision over Dustin Stoltzfus in a huge sweat. You know what I mean?
There had to have been more with Battle. It had to have been something backstage. You think or something that
difficult contract negotiations or something like that.
Something else, yeah. But yeah, either cut Gastelum or make him fight at heavyweight. That's what I say. All right.
So for this one, I'm having a tough time figuring out where the odds would come in on this, which is good because this is the one fight you don't have odds for.
Yeah.
My guess is I'm going to say pick 'em odds. I'm going to say -110 on either side because on one side, Bontorin has looked awful in his recent fights. He's got the layoff, but he is also a UFC veteran who has a bunch of wins and he fought over in Rising and he's done pretty well otherwise. And Yakimenko is he's got the good record, right? He's 9-2, but the level of competition is So what do you make of that? And I'm going to go with Yakimenko. And the reason is pretty simple is that Bontorin on one hand kind of made a lot of money in the UFC by being a decent wrestler, right? He was it was it Kyler Phillips he beat? Did he beat Kyler Phillips?
Let's check out his
that
UFC resume in 1 second here. All right,
Kyler Phillips.
He lost to Brandon Royval. He beat Schnell, but that got overturned because of the drug test. He lost to Kai Kara France. He lost to Ray Borg, so it's not his.
That's a good run.
That bad. Yeah, he beat Halin Paiva. He beat Magomed Bibulatov.
It's Halin Paiva who beat Kyler Phillips. I had the Brazilians mixed up. Okay. But Bontorin, like if you go back and you watch any of those fights that you just mentioned, he kind of like did pretty well in the wrestling department in a lot of those fights, with the exception of like Ray Borg grappled the shit out of him, right? He like took him down 10 times. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he took down Raw Dog a bunch of times. Like I think it's like 7 or 8 takedowns on Raw Dog. And so like the basic rundown I got here of Bontorin, and this is before he went 1-4 over that stretch and has taken 2 years off, but he's like a guy who's got decent offensive wrestling and his defensive wrestling kind of sucks. So like when he's going to fight a guy who can wrestle him like a Ray Borg or something like that, he kind of falls apart. And Yakimenko like maybe doesn't have the hands I would want to fight a Rogério Bontorin, but like if you watch his takedowns, they're real sharp. And it's not just like, hey, I got a good double, or hey, I got a good single, or hey, I got good body locks. It's like he gets to the legs and there's like good outside trip pieces in there. There's inside trip pieces in there. He does really good against the cage. He does good in open spaces. Like he's just like really crafty with the way he chains takedowns together. And I think that alone should be enough that he controls Bontorin and wins this fight. So I'm going to take Yakimenko here. Again, I'm guessing close to even odds, but it'll be interesting to see when they come out.
Yeah, Tapology is pretty much split on it, 59% for Yakimenko, so right around the pick'em range.
Okay, so worst comes to worst, you're going to see him as a slight favorite.
Yep. All right, before we dive into more winning players, because that's all Gumby gives out is winning plays. We're going to tell you about mybookie.ag. We are brought to you by them. That would make sense. That would be why I'm talking about them. They're also a good place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. That's kind of our model as well. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Yes, they will have KSW odds there. They're pretty much as I said before, pretty much any regional event that we cover. You can get it over at mybookie.ag. And if you can't, demand it. So head to mybookie.ag, sign up with our promo code MMA SGPN. That way you get 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So that's mybookie.ag, promo code MMA SGPN. And NoVig, that's all one word, NOVIG. We're also brought to you by NoVig. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since NoVig is an exchange, you know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. NoVig is available in 35 plus states. Download the NoVig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get in on the action with NoVig, promo code SGPN. All right, we are moving on here. The fight card, after I get it back up on my screen. These names aren't hard either. Maybe I guess I've backloaded all the hard names coming up. Szymon, probably Simon, right?
Szymon.
Szymon Bajor, SZYMON, and then BAJOR is the last name. He's Polish, not surprisingly. Ricardo Prasel, you know he is Brazilian because I said Ricardo, not Ricardo. They're fighting at 3 5-minute rounds at 265. Oh boy, heavyweights. Regional heavyweights, even better. All right, tell you about Bajor first. 25-12, 10 knockouts, 10 submissions. Very well-rounded finisher. He's been knocked out 3 times, submitted twice. 3 times, sorry. Knocked out 3 times, submitted 3 times. He's Mr. Well-rounded all around. He's 3-4 in KSW. He's lost 2 straight. He's gone 1-3 over his last 4, 5-3 over his last 8. 1-0 in PFL, regional champ, 2010 pro MMA debut. And I do have odds, but I'm not going to tell you them. Prasel. Or is it Prasel? Prasel?
I don't actually know. You're making me second guess myself.
There you go.
I said Prasel. I said Prasel, but
yeah, that sounds Portuguese, you're right. Alemao, Alemao, which translates to German. I assume that sounds like a German last name, actually. So that checks out. He's 13-5, 4 knockouts, 9 submissions. I can't read numbers. Interesting. There must be a name for that, some kind of affliction or ailment I have. So he's finished everyone is what I'm trying to say. He's been knocked out twice, submitted once. He owes his rounds by my math. 2-2 in KSW. He has lost 2 straight and gone 2-3 over his last 5. He's been finished in his past 2 fights. He's not fought since May 2024. He's not lost. He's not won since May 2022. All he's doing is losing recently. 0-1 in Contender Series. Gumby, do you remember this guy in Contender Series?
Yeah. Dontel Mays knocked him out.
There
Yeah.
you go. Was he Lord at the time? Was he King?
I think he was
Lord Kong.
What was
King
the
Kong?
first? What was the first Kong?
Maybe it was just Kong. I think he might have started just as a Kong. And yeah, this isn't a Dontel Mays podcast, but it could be one. There's a callback. We haven't done that in a real long time. That little joke we used to do.
Yeah.
All right, regional champ for Prasel, 2012 Pro MMA debut. He's 2 years younger than Bajor. He's 5 inches taller. He's got 3-inch reach advantage. Gumby, who's going to win? What are the odds?
I'm going to guess Bajor -155.
Minus 204, but we only have one book so far that's open.
Okay, that's pretty close. I'm not way off on that, right? And I'm gonna go Bajor. The big piece for me here is just Prasel is so hittable. His chin's way up in the air, very hittable. Doesn't appear to have a well-rounded game enough for me to like really worry about his wrestling. And on one hand, like, you know, Bajor has had trouble with it, but it was against like Phil DeFries, and like, are we really gonna knock him for getting out wrestled by Phil DeFries right now? Like DeFries wrestles everybody in KSW and makes him look silly on the mat. So like, you know, Bajor had trouble there, but I don't think Prasel is the type of guy to get him. And, you know, like Bajor for the size he is and stuff, like he's pretty quick with his hands. He's got a nice little jab. And the fact that he can do just like, you know, keep a little bit of speed up and keep a little pace up is enough for me to believe that at some point in time, Prasel's head is going to be high enough for him to just absolutely knock it off. If Dontel Mays can do it, so can you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We're going down a weight class now, light heavyweight next. Sergiusz. So it's Sergiu with an SZ at the end. So they've polished it up. They polished it up. Zajac is the last name, Zajac. He's from Poland. A Canadian. This is a Canadian name I've ever heard. Mariusz Zając.
Książkiewicz.
That's right. Książkiewicz. I believe he's German-born, Polish, and now he's Canadian. I think he's got a lot of different passports. This man. How do you say the name again, Gumby?
Książkiewicz.
Książkiewicz is the Iron Pole, POL. He is 11-2, 5 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been submitted once. This is his debut. He's gone 3-1 over his last 4. TKO win in his last bout. He has not fought since April 2024. He's lost in May of 2022. He lost the Contender Series. Who did you lose to?
It was a Brazilian dude, Souza.
Let me see. I don't remember either.
I don't remember his first name.
Mario Sousa.
I didn't want to guess something stereotypical. Mario would not have been my pick.
No, it wouldn't have.
So.
You were going to guess Luigi. I know. Multiple region. Mamma mia. Multiple region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch, sportsgamblingplugs.com/store. Remember the code at checkout is football. That will get you 25% off. I don't think I've told you that yet this episode. So remember if you've heard it on past episodes. So football at checkout. He's fed at 170, 185. 2011 Pro MMA debut. He's got an inch of reach advantage over Zajac plus 160. Zajac, 8-1 with 7 knockouts. He's been submitted once. 2-0 in KSW. He's won 8 straight. So he lost his debut. He's won 8 straight since then. He's not lost since that aforementioned debut in November 2020. He used to fight at 216. 9 years younger and an inch taller than the Canadian. What are the odds here, Gumby? I think I might have said it already.
You accidentally did say
it. Sorry. What were you going to guess?
But it's funny. I actually have written down -175 for Zajac. And you just said plus 165 for Książkiewicz. So
233. So lots of juice here.
A little bit more juice on there. But you know, I was in the ballpark again. We're within 50 or so.
And you're picking him, obviously.
I'm going to take Zajac. As much as I like Książkiewicz, he was on my show right before he fought at United FC. You know, United.
He was the champion.
Yeah, but he lost to Eli Aronov. Remember Eli Aronov?
Of course.
He lost to Eli Aronov on United. I actually think I interviewed both of them right before that fight, if I'm not mistaken. But the bottom line is like Zajac has had some issues with wrestling, but so has Książkiewicz, and I don't really see either of them going to that realm. So I think this winds up being a stand-up fight, and I do like 2 things preferably more from Zajac than I do Książkiewicz. The first one is I think he does more damage in the clinch, either with knees or control or elbows or whatever. I think he does a better job of wearing on his opponent. And I think that that's really important. And then on top of that too, I also like his cardio better. So like if you watch Kovalevich's last couple of fights, like he comes out of some of those clinch exchanges, which by the way, he likes to clinch himself too. Like he likes to throw the knees. He'll happily oblige Zajac in a clinch if that's where he wants to make this fight happen. But like at the end of the day, he comes out kind of worse for the wear. Even if he's the one landing more strikes, he's kind of more tired. And I think Zajac here is probably going to be the one with the better control, the better physicality. This is kind of one of those fights where you're like, both these guys like to fight in the same place. I really hope it happens there. Like, I really hope this is just like a gnarly clinch fight. And if it is, like, I just think Zajac is going to be fresher later in the fight and have the ability to keep that pace going. So I'll take Zajac here as the favorite. Naturally.
He tells you why, but we know the real reason. Co-main event. Tymoteusz, Tymoteusz, Łopaczyk. Łopaczyk. You said it Italian. He is
Łopaczyk.
He's from Poland. Madars, Fleminas. We've talked about him before. He is from Latvia because he's the Latvian
Express.
Yeah. We'll talk about him first. Why not? Because I just said his name. Fleminas is 13. And I said his name two different ways, but Fleminas is the correct way, I believe. He's 13-7, 7 knockouts, 1 submission. He has been submitted 3 times. 1-3 in KSW. He's won 1 of 3, 3 of 6, 5 of 9. 7-4 in Cage Warrior, so he's fought at a high level already. Regional champ, 4 inches taller than Łopaczyk, 2-inch reach advantage. I'm not going to say the odds this time. We got a honey badger, Gumby. Finally, it's been a few weeks since we've hit a honey badger. We've got a Polish honey badger here. He's 13-3, 7 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out once. 2-0 in KSW. He's won 5 straight and 6 of 8. TKO win in his last bout. He last lost November 2021. He's a regional champ. He's fight at middleweight and light heavyweight. He's 8 years younger than Fleminas. All right, odds and winner, please.
Łopaczyk, negative 300.
196.
Ooh, that's a great value. I'll take Łopaczyk at negative 196.
You take a little bit of that.
And that's it's wild too, because like I saw this fight posted and I'm like, I love Madars Fleminas. He's a guy who's like constantly overperformed the way he looks. He's kind of like I'm going to call him Latvian Keith Jardine. How about that?
Nice.
Yeah, he's like, leans forward a little bit when he fights, likes to make things real ugly, definitely overperforms his actual skill set. Like, Madars Fleminas is just like, he's like that guy. But the bottom line is against Łopaczyk is like, Łopaczyk has been in there with dudes who are way better than Madars. He fought Piotr Wawrzyniak in a fight. It's actually his last loss, if I'm not mistaken. Łopaczyk lost to Wawrzyniak, and in that fight, like, he out wrestled Wawrzyniak at times and like had top control and was dropping elbows, and like, granted, like, he couldn't keep it up, but like Wawrzyniak is like levels above Fleminas, and he's a bigger guy too. Like, you see Wawrzyniak fight at 185 a lot of times. So for Łopaczyk to like deal with that physicality and stuff like that, like, yeah, the volume of Fleminas is, difficult for anybody. He comes at you from funky angles. He doesn't back down. He's willing to just like brawl with you. But like, to see Łopaczyk have that kind of control and that ability to like deal with, guys who are a lot tougher in the clinch and a lot tougher on the takedowns than Fleminas, like, I just think you kind of have to side with Łopaczyk. So again, I had it lined at negative 300. Negative 196 is a gift to me.
Yeah, definitely. We will take it. All right, we've got a main event, and we've got some lightning round coming up after I tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy. Pick 'em. You can win up to 500 times your entry simply by picking higher or lower on your favorite player stats. It's available for a ton of sports, and to help you along your way, Gumby will be your guide. He will give you a play.
Yeah, of course I will give you a play. I'll give you a play every day, and I'll rhyme like Dr. Seuss while doing so.
I rhyme too, leading you in, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
We're like back and forth. We're like the Beastie Boys.
It's almost like we planned this. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't. Trust me, we didn't.
So I'm gonna go with the beautiful thing now about Underdog is they've got Contender Series stuff going on.
Yeah.
Which is I'm personally a big fan of. So let's take Adam Livingston. He's going to be fighting Thomas Gant on Tuesday. And we're going to take the higher than on his significant strikes. Right now, they've got it listed only at 32.5. And granted, I do think he might get this fight out of there pretty early. But at the same token, like, Gant's a guy who can survive a little bit. It's undefeated, a little bit older, a little longer in the tooth. Let's say that Adam Livingston lands 33 on him before he finishes it on.
All right. And Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code MMASGPN. And our friends at Rhythm, RITHMM, are off to a great start in college football and the NFL. And Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Gumby, do you have any plays for us? Or maybe I should give out the plays because I'm the football expert now. But
you're the football expert now.
Oh, really? Go ahead.
Guys,
are you getting a football play or something different?
I'm always going to give you a football play. Yeah. Let's go to we'll go to Monday Night Football because there's 2 Monday night games this week. They've got a 7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock. I'll take the Chargers, giving up 3.5. Playing the Raiders. Still don't believe in the Raiders. And did they look good in the air last week? The Chargers did. So we'll take the Chargers here, given the points.
Bad news for you. I'm in on the Chargers as well, so you're not gonna be able to catch up to me this week, Gumby. But
that's okay.
We'll keep the winnings in the family, MMA Gambling Podcast family at least. All right. When you head over to Rhythm, we got a code for you. Promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. So download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. Get in there, see if they agree with Gumby and my football picks. They should, if they know what they're doing. All right, we're to our main event. 176 pounds, Gumby. Why is it at this weight?
That's super welterweight.
Oh, okay. They have a bunch of weight classes. All right.
Yeah, it's 175 with a pound allowance, but it's called super welterweight.
We got Andrzej Grzebyk. He is from Poland. Muslim Tulshaev. He is from Germany. I did pretty good. I made it through the whole episode. I didn't really butcher as many names.
Kozhashevich just really struggled.
Yeah, that one. The names I always butcher. And my son Nathan's kindergarten teacher has a name like that, and that was a long time ago, I guess. So I should remember this, but no, I don't. And I was a Canadian guy too. Nonetheless, let's break her down. We'll tell you about Tulshaev. Urus is a nickname. URUS. 13-3, 5 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out once. 3-0 in KSW. He's won 3 straight and 8 of 9. Past 3 wins, all via TKO. He's not lost since May of 2022. He fought at 145, 155, and 170. 2012 Pro MMA debut. He's 4 years younger than Grzebyk. 3 inches taller, 3-inch reach advantage. Grzebyk is double champ. He doesn't have any belts right now, but 22-7, 13 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out 3 times, submitted once. 6-4 in KSW. He's won 4 of 5, 4 of 7, 5 of 9. So it gets worse the farther back you go. He lost his last bout. He has multiple region championships.
On his mantle?
On his. I was thinking of a joke, but yes, multiple region championships on his mantle. Correct. Get our merch, sportsgamblingpods.com/store. Remember, football at checkout. I was going to say he better have a lot of championships on his mantle if he wants to call himself double champ. Used fed at 170, 2013 Pro MMA debut. Odds, Gumby. Winner, Gumby.
Grzebyk plus 155.
They're both at minus 118. A pickup.
Really? Yeah. I'm kind of surprised by that. I'm still going to take Grzebyk. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to be less enthused about actually playing his line because I did think he was going to come in here as an underdog.
Well, this is one book we're talking.
But on the other hand, like I sort of thought that their records and everything lined up as like a pretty much a pick 'em, but then I was like, Tulshaev has a Russian sounding name, and that usually draws the line over there. But I like Grzebyk. If you've watched Tulshaev, it was Daniel Skabinski who just kind of like thrashed him on the ground. And not to throw shade at a guy who we're not even talking about in this episode.
That's what you like to do, though.
I love people taking strays on my show. But yeah, like Skabinski, if he's thrashing you on the ground and sort of taking it to you, like I think Grzebyk can do the same thing. Like I think he's got the wrestling abilities to take Tulshaev down. And Tulshaev's like, his takedown defense is not great. He's kind of got like an active guard that seems to play well for him. But I don't really see him being good enough to submit Grzebyk. So I think Grzebyk is just going to have like control time the whole time and should be able to land ground and pound. And he's got pretty nice ground and pound too. He's a guy who really likes to work from half guard instead of like side control or mount. Like he would way rather be in half guard than just about anywhere. And I think it's because he can control the fight from there. So again, I kind of was hoping we'd get him as an underdog, but I do think the control time is going to hold up for Grzebyk and he should beat Tulshaev.
Hopefully the books do not listen to us before they set their odds, the rest of the books. All right, recap, but don't you go away. We got more winning plays. Grzebyk, Łopaczyk, Zajac, Bajor, and Yakimenko. All right, lightning rounds. That bang boom pow. Here are the plays I was telling you about.
So I'm gonna take Lucas Harry Czarzuski. That's right. His nickname is Harry,
Yes.
but Harry, not Hairy. Which is a weird one. But he's lost to some like really high level competition. He's fought Ahmed Vila and Leo Bricta. And so like he hasn't had the greatest results recently, but like against the high level of competition. So I think there's a good chance you might be able to get him at a playable price. And it's just because he's like been having a tough go of it against tough guys. So I like Lukas Czarzuski. And then the other one I'm going to take is Sebastian Tikowski. Sebastian Tikowski, 5-0, making his KFC.
KFC.
We're tired. He's making his KSW debut.
Do they have KFC? I assume they do. They must have it in Poland. They have.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find find one. But he's making his KSW debut at 5-0. And he's looked really good in those 5 fights. And in addition to those 5 fights, he's got like a really nice amateur career too. So that's Sebastian Tikowski and Lucas Czarzuski are my 2 lightning round plays.
I see why is KFC so popular in Poland. So there you go. Polish people love their KFC apparently. So there you go. All right. It took a strange turn in the end, but we made it, ladies and gentlemen. So that's another reason why you shouldn't click the X on whatever you're listening in or watching us until the very end. So you never know what we might say. All right, you're all set now for KSW 110. If you want more picks, well, there's a couple fights you didn't get picks for. You can hit us up in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. You can go to, of course, YouTube. Maybe you're watching us right now. Hit us up in the comments there. MMA Gambling Podcast. Twitter, Gumby runs our account there at SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram as well. Check out my Substack at moneymma.substack.com. Check out Gumby's other podcast, Top Turtle MMA, where he has interesting MMA people on it, like this week, for instance.
Yeah, Adam Livingston's fighting tomorrow on Contender Series. We just talked about him on the Underdog ad. And then we're also talking to Tamerlan Dulatov, who will be talking about, or at least we'll be talking about that fight card for Octagon on Wednesday.
So check it out, Top Turtle MMA, wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, we can be found at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Remember, football at checkout gets you 25% off. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon to get some bonus content. How about back-to-back Octagon episodes and then a Contender Series thrown in at the end for the rest of the week this week? How does that sound for you people? That sounds amazing, right? All right, get us out of here, Gumby.
All right, I'm dating Gumby Vreeland. He's the Canadian Express, Jeff Fox, and we will see you on Wednesday.